Hi guys, Samantha from Jessama Tutorials here, and today I'm going to show you how to create a geometric cane that's perfect for creating simple modern earrings. So, to start, you're going to need to choose your brand of clay. Today I'm using souffle, but any brand should work. I'm using about 3 blocks of white. Let me start that again. About 3/4 of a 2-ounce block of white, I believe it's 2 ounces, and 2/4 of a 2-ounce block of each of these colours. This is grape, this is pistachio. And each of them have been rolled out to 1 millimetre thick. Now to start, we're going to want to make ourselves a square. And I just want to correct myself, it's actually a 1.7 ounce block, so 48 gram block of clay, not 2 ounces. But anyway, they come in divided into 4 sections, so just use however many sections I said. Okay, so I've just trimmed that. Now I'm just going to cut a strip, lay that strip down, cut again, pick it up, lay that down again, cut. And I'm just smoothing just to make sure that it sticks, because souffle doesn't stick to itself nearly as easily as some other brands, which is helpful with this cane and can be helpful with a lot of canes if you're busy putting a lot of intricate pieces together. But just keep in mind that you need to put a little bit of pressure on it to get it to stick. There we go. That's been stacked. I'm just going to press on that to get it to stick together. Okay, and now I want to cut this so that it is a square piece. Now keep in mind we're working with white, so any pieces that I trim off can be used. Again, just pop them back in with your just pop them back into your white bucket. I'm just busy checking to make sure that it doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be close. Just a touch more should do it. Okay, and there we go. We've got just about a square. I'm just going to trim off that end, and I don't want to be using too much, so I'll just trim that off. And there you can see, this is the part that matters. If you look at it this way, it looks roughly square. Okay, so pop that to the side. That white can go back in with your white, the leftover bits anyway. Now I'm going to be bringing over my grape. I'm just going to trim that up, like so. Lay your piece of white down, like so. Trim. Then I'm going to take that and stack it. There we are. Then I'm going to repeat and make another one of these. You're just going to lay that down again and trim. There we go. Take that and apply to one side. Actually made a mistake there. Don't need that. So just what I did previously, apply it, then take this, lay it down like so, trim, now keep in mind if you make a mistake it's very easy to undo it. You just would roll the clay back out so that you can see like that. You just roll the clay back out in your pasta machine and just try that step again. So we're not making skinner blends or anything too complicated here. just trying to create a geometric shape. There we go. Now keep in mind these lines will go away once we start reducing it, but there, see, we are trying to create, keep that square shape, but we're going to be hanging it as an earring like this, so we're going to be creating a semi-diamond shape. So I'll put that purple to the side, we will use that again, but now I just want to use the green. So with the purple, okay, so first off, the square here, I would say that's about 4 millimeters on each side. Then the purple is 2 millimeters. Each piece of the sheet is 1 millimeter thick, so that's 2, and then another 2. And then the green, we are going to be making, oh no, not the green. We're going to bring over the white. And we're going to do exactly the same as what I did just before, except this time we're only going to be making a 1 millimeter strip around our cane. So again, lay it down purple side. Trim. Go. Then just lay that down. Tap it. Smooth it over like so. Put this to the side, we'll use that later on. Grab this, then lay it with the purple side down again. Trim. Okay. And all these little bits and pieces can just go back into your coloured box. So essentially with this cane, you're not going to have any waste whatsoever. There might be a little bit of waste once we reduce it a bit, but in general, very little. So there we go, you can see that there's only one sheet on either side there, so 1 millimeter thick. Then we'll move on to the wasabi. Cut that. And this one we're going to basically do the same thing that we did with the purple. We're going to lay it down and we're going to be cutting it so that we have 2 strips on either side. So I'll do that. Okay, there we go. Then you'll take the white again and you'll make another strip around the outside, and then once you've done that you'll put the purple in again 2 sheets, then you put another white strip on, again just 1 sheet, then you put the green on again, 2 sheets, and just repeat so that the purple and the green appear 3 times in the cane. Okay, so I decided that repeating each colour twice was enough. I don't think we need to do it 3 times. If you want to do it 3 times, that's fine, but any bigger than this and I think it would make too big of an earring. So now we're just going to take our acrylic roller and you're just going to roll along these sides. It's already in a square shape already, so this should be pretty easy. And we're not really necessarily trying to reduce it as much as we're just trying to work out air bubbles and press all of those layers together. So you shouldn't have to do this too much. But anyway, I'll just continue doing this until I feel like all of those lines have been smoothed out and everything should have bonded together correctly. And then we can cut it and make a beautiful pair of earrings. And the nice thing about souffle is we don't have to sand because it already has a kind of suede-like texture, which is really great. So no sanding, just cut, do whatever you want to it, like maybe dome it or something like that, pop it in the oven, and then we'll just give it a hole and then we'll be able to just pop it into a pair of earrings, really quick and easy. Okay, just cut off the excess there. You can see it looks pretty good. However, this cane is very soft at the moment, and so you can see that it did distort a bit when I sliced off those edges. So what I recommend doing before actually cutting off your earring pieces, let it rest for a while. And before we do that, I just want to grab these square pairs from Teresa Pandora, I do believe. Teresa Salgado from tiny Pandora, excuse me. And I just want to make sure to square this up. Like so. And this is going to be reducing it a touch, but it will mean that it's in a perfectly square shape. And then I'll pop that into the freezer for probably about half an hour, just to make sure that it sets properly. Because right now it's very soft and squishy, and it's going to distort. And being there is a geometric cane, any distortion is actually quite bad. So you really don't want that. So I'll just continue doing this until I'm happy with it, then I'll pop it in the freezer. Okay, and here it is out of the freezer. So it's quite cold. I'm just busy smoothing off the edges because we get a little bit of water condensing on the clay because it's so cold. I believe that's how you say it. I probably didn't say it right. But anyway, so just smooth that off so it's going to be able to stick correctly onto your tile while you're slicing. Then take a thin blade. The thinner it is, the easier it will be to slice. Hold it, and just notice that when I'm holding it nice and close to where I'm going to be cutting, and I'm also pulling on it so that it keeps the blade nice and straight. Now I'm just going to slice straight through here, and I'm just getting rid of the excess first so that we have a nice clean area to cut. Clean your blade, come over again, hold it nice and close, and I want to cut a nice even slice. Like so. Come in again, cut a nice even slice. Okay, there we go, that looks pretty good. Put this to the side. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grab this blade. I'm just gently going to use it to trim up these sides a little bit. And actually, no, I'm going to use my stiff blade for that because the flexible one doesn't hold its shape nearly as well. I'm just trimming it lightly, not a lot, just so that we get a sharper edge. Like so. Okay, then I'm just going to look at it, and I want it to be square, so I'm just going to trim it a little bit more just to try and get it into a square shape. Okay. Okay, and then I'll repeat with this one in a moment. And I'm just going to bring over a hollow bead maker from Sculpey. Gently press this onto the surface so we're going to get a slight dome. I don't want a huge dome, so I'm not going to smooth it over completely. I just want a light dome. And I'll repeat with the other one. And then you're going to bake it for at least 40 minutes at souffle's recommended temperature. And then when we're done, I'm going to show you how to turn them into a pair of earrings. Okay, and here they are out of the oven, and I've let them cool. Now you can see that they have a very slight dome to them. It's very slight, but it does add a little bit of interest. And now you can see that there are a few imperfections. Like here we've got a little grey smudge and 2 dots of red over here. Now quick sand will get rid of those, but if they're not too obvious, then you don't have to worry about sanding it. So you can see this one looks much better. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to give it a quick drill at the top here. So you want to decide whether you want it facing like this with the hole here, or facing like this with the hole here. You could even go for something interesting like that, but I want to do it like this. just going to gently start drilling. This should drill through quite quickly. And the nice thing about making a cane slice with no backing or anything like that is, first of all, it's very quick to make, and secondly, it means that you are essentially going to have the same pattern repeating the entire way around. So you can see we have the same pattern on the back, and the sides are also nicely decorated. Okay, that's one. I'll do it with the other one. Okay, and the last step is going to be to open up a jump ring, slide it through, and pop in our ear wire. Now what I'm going to do, since the ear wire is the wrong way around, well, I'll have to add another jump ring if I don't do this. So I'm just going to turn it so that the loop on the ear wire is the other way from what it was. If that makes sense. There we go. And there we go, we'll sit the right way, but with only the need for only one jump ring. Now I'll do the other one. Okay, and there we go. That's basically it. Very simple and very easy to create. You can do this in many different colours. Keep in mind I did use pistachio and grape and igloo souffle clay, but you can use any colour souffle clay you want if you don't want to sand. If you are okay with sanding, then try out another brand such as Primo, Kato, Fimo, anything you want. But if the brand doesn't come with an already existing texture in the clay, such as Fimo leather or souffle, you will need to sand afterwards. And you can see that you could wear this the opposite side as well, with a little bit of a dome on it, which would also look quite nice. So anyway, very simple tutorial, very easy to create, pretty good beginner's cane. Great market jewellery as well, because you can churn these out very quickly and easily, and there's very little to do. You just have to take a slice, trim it a little bit, and bake it and put a hole through it. Very simple and easy. So if you are into making market jewellery, this is a good thing as well. Just make a bunch of these different canes, different colours, and you'll have a lot of different earrings to choose from. So anyway, if you enjoyed this tutorial, please let me know, and if you'd like to support me so that I can continue doing different tutorials every single week on YouTube, please do consider becoming a patron. I'll leave a link to the patron membership in the description below the video. There are exclusive tutorials on there that are for patrons only, or you can purchase them on Etsy, and you also will get discounts to my Etsy shop, so please do consider checking that out. And as always, I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.